Hey everyone, and welcome back to BMX News. This is a weekly BMX news show where I talk about everything that happened in the previous week within the world of BMX that I think you guys might care about. That being said, the first thing that I have to talk about this week is Bmx the Game. Some of you might remember Bmx the Game. They popped up kind of out of nowhere about 6 years ago. Everyone was super excited for this. It was like the first dedicated BMX game that was supposed to be a thing. They had a crowdfunding campaign that I actually contributed to. They updated things with videos on their YouTube channel very regularly, and it seemed like it was just one guy or a few people, some in a foreign country. I can't remember exactly which one, but it was Barspin Studios, and they were working on this game, and everyone was hyped for it. And then all of a sudden, they just kind of ghosted. They just disappeared. And I feel like it kind of left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths because they did the crowdfunding thing, and then I'm pretty sure they set like a pre-order or something like that after that because they kept needing more money to work on this game. Well, the last update on their YouTube channel, at least according to the videos that are public right now, was from 4 years ago, and it's called Bmx the Game Coming Soon Teaser. It's a 36-second clip, and then after that, just nothing until 3 days ago. There's a video up on their YouTube channel right now called Bmx the Game Official Early Access Trailer, and it says that the game is going to be coming out today, August 28th, and then there's a whole bunch more videos on here as well. A lot of them show what I'm assuming is gameplay, but we've got a park editor video, a replay editing video, which shows how you can control the camera and manipulate keyframes to make your own custom replays, and we've got a bike editor as well as a rider editor. And all this stuff looks pretty decent. I can't remember whatsoever how these things compare to the things that they showed 5 and 6 years ago, but they look pretty decent now. And we have a different lens to look at this through now, because now we have BMX Pipe, which is a dedicated BMX game that has come out since Bmx the Game was supposed to be a thing. I feel like I can remember like talking about this and how they're disappearing and how other games were kind of popping up and how it was kind of cool that there was competition and what we would see in the future. And now, hopefully, we're seeing a real Bmx the Game come out, and then we'll have an alternative to Bmx Pipe, and we'll be able to compare the two. And I'm really not too sure how I feel about the gameplay. If it is gameplay that we're seeing in these videos, it does kind of look a little slow and clunky, but I mean, you really can't tell until you play the game and see how it feels for yourself. Like Bmx Pipe, I feel like came a long way, and it feels pretty good whenever you're playing it. It feels pretty natural. The animations look really, really good. So I'm excited to see where this game goes and hopefully see it come out. I will be getting a key to play this game, so I will be able to update you guys in next week's news video or in another video on this channel of how the gameplay actually feels if it comes out. So I'm super excited about this. I'm really curious to hear what you guys think about this. Did any of you pre-order this game previously? Have you been in contact with them to get your Steam key now? And the other big thing about this is that right now, at least what it seems like, it's only going to be on PC for now. Either way though, there is a lot of stuff packed into this game, and when you watch these videos, the maps themselves and the skate park and the street obstacles all look really, really good. Then there's the park editor we talked about. There's also construction mode. I'm not sure how this differs from the park editor, but there's two different modes there. The replay editor, bike editor, and rider editor that we talked about. So there's really a lot of stuff packed in here that the Pipe game just doesn't have. So there will be some competition here when this comes out, and I'm very excited to see it. Let me know if you're excited as well. Then after that, we've got to talk about X Games Real BMX. That is a huge highlight for this week because we have the results. And if somehow you guys are living under a rock and you haven't seen it yet, third place was Eric Elstrand and his filmer Walter Perringer. Second place was Nathan Williams and his filmer Peter Adam. And then first place is the one we all already knew already, Garrett Reynolds and Tony Ennis. And upon watching Nathan Williams' section again, I feel I was kind of harsh on it the first time I watched it when I said that it was underwhelming, especially compared to his Why Not video. When watching his section again, it was heavy. It definitely deserves the second place, and I feel like Eric Elstrand, the top three literally, like I said before, it's just they could all be interchangeable and it would be understandable. What we didn't see in the top three was Julian Molina. I was really pulling for him and hoping that we would see Julian in the top three, but what we did see is that he won fan favorite by almost 50% of the votes. Amazing. and that means that he gets to come back next year and make another video. And I can't remember exactly where I read this, but I think I remember reading somewhere saying Julian is coming back next year and he's excited to make the video that he knows he's capable of. And after seeing his section this year, we know that he's capable of it too, and I am super excited for the 2021 X Games Real BMX contest. We also have other videos. They have the third, second, and first place videos up on their YouTube channel in full as like how the broadcast went, but then they also have the full broadcast up on their YouTube channel as well as a crash section up on their YouTube channel. So there's a lot of different stuff that you guys can check out with X Games Real BMX if you haven't seen it yet. Moving on from there, we can talk about the videos from this week, and there's one huge video that most of you probably have already seen, and that is Dakota Roche's Native Land 4. And this video is 8 minutes 11 seconds of pure insanity in BMX progression from Dakota Roche. I also think that there was more grind to nose manuals in this video than the entire Smith nose bar period of BMX. Seemed like every other clip was him doing a rail to nose manual or a grind to nose manual of some sort. That doesn't take away from anything at all because they're all crazy. It's just I noticed that there was a lot of them. And then there was just so many clips in here that were crazy. I feel like Dakota Roche's Native Land videos are also how many grind to roof spots that I can find videos too, where he's going from one roof to another, doing some kind of grind to get there, or going from one spot on a roof, grinding, and ended up on another spot on a roof, then dropping to flat. There's a lot of those in here as well. Then his signature double and triple wall rides where there's different walls close to each other and he wall rides each one. The last clip in this video is one that might be new for BMX in general, where he does a wall ride, does another wall ride, then has a gap, like a channel gap to the next wall that he hits, which is pretty nuts. And then there's just the fact that Dakota Roche can use plastic pegs in ways that are just incredible. The one grind that he did in here where he did a nollie to pegs and went around this whole entire curved ledge that did not have a smooth curve at the beginning and then jumped up to tire slide was just unbelievable. Like, I cannot imagine how fast you would have to go to grind that far, even with plastic pegs, and still have enough speed to pop out and do a really long tire slide at the end. That was probably my favorite clip of the entire video, and I definitely think that anyone who enjoys BMX in general and just wants to see what Dakota Roche is up to in 2020 after being in BMX and making incredible videos for so long and still staying at the top of BMX, I definitely think that anyone in that whole entire thing I just said would enjoy this video. The next video that I want to talk about comes from Fit and S&M in the building, and it's called It's All the Same Shit, and it's a trip video with a bunch of the guys from Fit and S&M absolutely throwing down. This one was so enjoyable to watch from beginning to end. It's over 13 minutes long, so these first two videos that I have to talk about are longer videos for you guys who want to watch something longer this week, and I 1000% recommend checking out this Fit and S&M video. It's just so well put together. Everything meshed well. Everything just fit. The writing, the editing, the song choices, the filming was really good. I just genuinely enjoyed watching this video and actually could see myself watching it again in the future, which is something that I don't normally do with BMX videos. But moving on from there, we've got a couple other videos that I felt were worth mentioning. I didn't want to talk super in depth about. We've got a Mo Nussbaumer Sabrosa 2020 video, followed by a video that's just a minute and a half long with Daily Grind's Gremlin. Then we've got Noah Miranda's Welcome to GT video, followed by a video called Pool Service Announcement. And this is kind of like a documentary style video where Dean Dickinson takes us through like what the essence of pool riding is about and just pretty much documents pool riding in its essence. That's really the best way I feel I can describe this. So if you guys are pool aficionados and like watching pool riding, there is a lot of it in here, and there's a lot of really, really good stuff, and a lot of stuff that I think a lot of people would agree with whenever they watch it and just listen to the things that are said in the video. After that, we've got a video from Adam Banton called Just Carve, and then the next video in the Powers Bike Shop Game of Bike Championship for 2020. This is with Trevor, Schaubach, I think I said that right this time, and Jeff Gentry, and this is hands down, without a doubt, the best game yet. Trevor absolutely blew my mind whenever he pulled out the flare after having only ever landed one of them on a resi, and it took like 25 tries. He got it done in 3 tries, and I know I'm spoiling something here, but I feel like most of you probably aren't going to watch this video without some sort of a reason, and that is a reason in itself. And just watching these two dudes battle it out in this game of bike, wanting to move on, was really, really cool, and I definitely think a lot of people would enjoy watching it. From there, we've got some interviews to talk about. The first one is an Unclicked podcast, this time with Corey Walsh, and this was so good to listen to. I feel like everything I have to say today is just, it was so good. But Corey Walsh, I hadn't really heard him talk before or heard any points of view or anything about his personality and character. And walking away listening to this interview, I had to leave a comment saying that Corey is a solid dude and that he deserves everything good that happens for him. He just seems to have a really solid head on his shoulders and have really good points of view on things. And I just in general enjoyed listening to the conversation, and I think that you guys will too. Then we've got a little bit different of a format of an interview, but we've got something up on Vital BMX called Maddie Kramer versus Ironman, and it's kind of a slideshow that also has interview questions at the same time. So you're on one slide and he's talking a little bit and you actually hear it. Then you move to another one and he talks about something else, and he's talking about the fact that he chose to do an Ironman and train for an Ironman, and he's going to be doing it in November. And it was pretty cool to hear him talk about the progression of how things moved along with this and his training, and how he said that he couldn't run on a treadmill for 2 minutes whenever he started, but then just for his birthday he decided to go do like a marathon. Pretty cool to listen to, and it's just cool to hear somebody talk about something that they're setting out to do and a goal that they're setting and what steps they're taking to make that goal happen, and just hearing a successful story in it. Regardless of the fact that he's Maddie Kramer, Scotty Kramer's younger brother, and part of probably one of the biggest YouTube channels out there for BMX right now, if not the biggest. It was just a cool story to listen to. Then we've got a bike check with Greg Illingworth up on Vital BMX as well. It has a couple questions in there with it. And then we've got an interview about the Out of Line DVD or full-length video from Felix Prangenberg. It also has something in there about how you can win his bike. That's pretty cool. And then I have linked as well directly under that you can buy We the People's Out of Line video right now. And I've got a link that takes you directly to their website with the clothing and a link to purchase the video. And then after that, from Our BMX and Ryan Fudger mainly, we've got how a BMX video part is made, and he's literally just talking to the camera, showing all this B-roll, going through the process of making DeMarcus Paul's EFEAS video part for that contest that's going on right now. And if you guys forgot about it, you can head on over and vote for who you think deserves it, because that is a total popularity contest and we're not going to get into that right now. But it was pretty cool to go through the whole process of how a BMX video part is made from someone who has made a lot of them and been involved in making a lot of them. So it was pretty cool to see, and I feel like everything that I've said today was either it's really good, so good, pretty cool, incredible. It was a really good week in BMX for things that came out. So let me know what you guys thought about the placing of X Games Rio BMX. Do you think they deserved it? Do you think someone else should have been in the top 3? Do you think that Julian Molina deserved fan favorite, which is not even a question because he without a doubt deserved fan favorite? Also, let me know what you think about Bmx the Game supposedly coming back. The Steam keys are supposed to go out for previous backers today for early access, so that's really exciting. Other than that, let me know about Dakota Roche's Native Land and what you thought about it, and anything else that I talked about today in the BMX news video. Hit the subscribe button while you're down there if you're new or you haven't yet, and hopefully that'll mean we'll see you tomorrow for another one. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.